What's up, everybody? Trying to help you guys out here a little bit. Trying my best to provide you guys as much information, but a lot of kids were getting stuck on the new stuff, and I get it, so it's a little more challenging. But this is today's module. So this is lesson 15. If you weren't following along, 14 and 15 are kind of combined, but we focused on 15 today. This first question says to draw this out, and I know you're not going to submit this to me through like a camera or anything or taking a picture, but you were supposed to draw this shape out. Okay. So we have a three-dimensional prism, and I'm gonna try my best to correlate everything for you. So this is the way this problem works. And remember, if you're stuck, you're not getting this, you really do need to watch those videos that I posted. There's two videos, one on the 3D shape, and then another that's on the two-dimensional net of this object. So again, here's the 15, here's the 10, here's the 6, and here's the 8. Okay, so I'm going to do my best. We're going to take this three-dimensional prism, this triangular prism, and we're literally going to turn it into a net. So that's our key term, is the word net. That's a two-dimensional version of the 3D shape. Okay, so we're going to start off by highlighting stuff. And I did this in class. This is the notes that are on that same Canvas page. I'm walking you through this back again. This way you have access to it. Okay, so that first rectangle, if I were to lay it out flat, would be right there. Its dimensions are 6 by 15. So 6 by 15. Okay? Next piece. And again, I would highly suggest, if you didn't take notes today, to get these down because these are important. Okay? I take our next piece of the triangular prism, which is an orange. Okay? And this guy I'll correlate with green so you kind of have an idea what's going on. And this next one we're going to draw to the left. If it fell down, so pretend it literally fell that direction and it fell flat, well, it would go out 8 this way. This is the 8 that would fold down, and it's still 15. So the height of these rectangles is always going to be congruent. And we know that because the size of the triangle is congruent. So it has to be connected by a rectangle if it's a prism. This is a triangular prism. We're just trying to find the surface area. So that's what that guy is. This front piece would fall off that direction. So if it fell flat, pretend like you're taking apart a bicycle ramp like we were talking about in class. Or a house. I showed you my neighbor's house set on fire. Tried showing you a picture of that. Give you some real life examples. And again, I'm looking at this. This line doesn't have a dimension, but this guy over here does. So this would be 10. So this guy over here fell down. A little bit longer line. This became 10. All of these lines are 15. Every single one of these lines is 15. Okay? That's literally just the rectangles. That's how I'm trying to attack this and rip this thing in parts. So if you took like virtual scissors or actual scissors and cut those rectangles off and laid them right next to each other, that's what they would look like. So 8 by 15, 6 by 15, 10 by 15. So I just want to make sure there's dimensions there. This triangle, if you look at, is attached to the 6. This triangle is attached to the 6. So it's going to go right here. Well, this triangle's right angle is right there, and this triangle's right angle is right there. So how tall is this vertical? Well, it's 8. So that's where this triangle would go. I'm not going to highlight these in colors because the triangle's going to jump off the page. But if you were to cut them off or they were to like fall straight down, that's what they would look like. Okay? This triangle's base is 6. This triangle's base is 6. This triangle's height is 8. This triangle's height is also 8. And these would be our 90-degree angles that were on the original drawing. Okay, so we've gone from a three-dimensional, I'll label this 3D, okay, to two-dimensional, 2D. And that's otherwise known as a net. Okay, three-dimensional, this is a triangular prism, so triangular prism. Okay, our next job is we need to take this shape, that literal object, we're going to move to the next piece of the module. And again, some kids have this down already. Next piece asks us to, and this is what we'll be doing on Thursday. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Sorry, guys. Let me back up a minute. I hit the wrong next button. I'm tired here. Sorry. So move back to this. Enter our coding again. Still got time. So RKZMMA. I'm just working in block 3. You would put in your block, whatever that would be for credit. All right, so here we go. I should have hit this next button. I apologize. So we got this. Now it's asking us to take this two-dimensional object and lay it out on this grid, because this grid is that's 1 unit by 1 unit. So this little square is 1 unit by 1 unit, and it won't let me zoom in. But I'm going to use the dimensions now to actually lay this out on this. I'm going to use this tool because it's a little bit easier. Well, each of these rectangles is 15. So it's 15 by what? Well, 15 by 8. So each of these, I know each of these squares is 5 by 5. So if it's 15 long, I would go from here. 1, that's 5, 10, 15. That's the edge of this rectangle right here, this 8. Well, it's 8 wide. Well, I know this one rectangle was 5. So 1, 2, 3, that would be 8. Okay, obviously I'm just going to connect the other pieces. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you guys get the gist. Okay, so a 5 by 8 rectangle, that's literally covered with squares. It's covering it in squares to show you what's occurring. Okay, this next one we know is just as tall, but it's 6 wide. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would have 2 from this one and 4 from this one for a total of 6. Okay, and it's also obviously 15 high because all these rectangles are the same height. 6 by 15. This last guy over here is 10. Well, this is 2 over, right? I know 10 is going to be these 2 blocks scooted over by 2, so I would just scoot this over by 2. That's 10 units wide by 15 units tall. So 15 units tall. Okay? That's our 3 rectangles. Well, what about the triangles? Well, the triangle's attached to the 6. And remember, the height over here was 8. Well, if that's 6 and this is 8, I go up 5, another 3, so bing. It obviously connects right to the other side of this. This guy would go down 5. Oops, that's a horrible line. Let me try to draw another line here, guys. That was bad. So we got 8, 5 plus 3, 8, and then connect it over. So, again, not the greatest drawing, but that's what I'm looking for. It has to be like around. You can't just draw some random shape. Okay? So this is what a virtual representation of our 3D, this is our 3D triangular prism. We broke it down into a 2-dimensional net and labeled all its sides. Now they challenged us and said, can we put this on a grid that's 1 unit by 1 unit wide? Yeah, 8, 6. We got an 8 on this way. We got 10 going this way, 15, 15, 15. So we got it. Now what they're asking us to do, if we click next, find the surface area. You may use your net on the previous slide to assist you. So I'm going to come over here and show you a visual of what's occurring. Remember, I need rectangle 1, rectangle 2, rectangle 3, triangle 1, and triangle 2. It's 5 sides, 5 shapes. Okay? Rectangle 1, 2, 3. And we'll even color code these to help you to identify who's who. So here's rectangle 1. Here's rectangle 2. And here's rectangle 3. Okay? So rectangle 3 would be right there. So what we're doing now is, now I'm going back and I'm finding the area of each object. Well, I'm going to start off with the easy stuff because I know these. This is 15 and that's 8. Well, the area of this orange rectangle is 8 times 15. And you guys have calculators, you got brains, 8 times 15 gives you 120. So 120. I'll move to the next one. This guy is 6 wide by 15. Well, 6 times 15 is just 90. This last guy, pretty easy, 10 by 15. That gives us a total of 150. And then I didn't color code the triangles because in reality they're the same size, same shape. But it's 6 by 8, which is 48. But remember, a triangle's formula is A is equal to 1/2 base times height. So 6 times 8 cut in half. 1/2 of 48. 1/2 of 48 equals, I'm just going to put an equal sign there, 24. So our triangle's area was 24. The other triangle's area is obviously 24. I'm going to take all 5 of my objects, the rectangle, the rectangle, the rectangle, the triangle, the triangle. I'm going to add those products up. So 120 plus 150 plus 90 plus 24 plus 24. And I'm old, so I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to jump on my calculator. And again, you guys, you're in 6th grade. You should know how to add at this point. You need some practice with it. There's all kinds of websites you can get access to. I get my 150. I get my 90. I get my 24 plus my 24 for a total of 408. So the surface area of this whole object, the entire thing altogether, the number of squares, would be 408. And a good representation of that is looking back at this. Here, this guy right here is the 8 by 15. This one's 120. So literally, if I look at this, this is my 120. Okay, just so you have an idea of what's going on. This guy was my 90. I'm sorry about the writing here. This guy was my 150. 150. This guy was 24. That guy right there. And this guy was 24. So if you add all these products up, or yeah, all these products up, you would get a total of 408. 408 for your total surface area. So hopefully that makes a little more sense, guys. This takes practice. This is, and again, I have a lot of kids who aren't studying. I have a lot of kids who aren't even going through the modules with me and completing the modules, not taking notes. I can't help you if you guys aren't putting in the effort, guys. That's like showing up to football practice, sitting on the sideline, checking out the cheerleaders, not really paying attention and stuff, and then expecting to go in the game and dominate. It's just not going to happen. You're going to have no clue what's going on, what plays are being called. It's the same concept in a math classroom, guys. If I'm not working and I'm not practicing, I'm not focusing and paying attention to the coach, I'm just going to struggle. Okay, and I know this doesn't really make sense to the ladies in here, but same concept. You guys get the gist. Okay, but that's the lesson that we have. Please make sure for real life conception, you're looking at issues and situations like my neighbor ran into. So I tried showing this to the guys and girls earlier. I think I erased it. But my neighbor's house, they're ripping the roof off. And they're putting a new roof on today. It's literally in this shape, triangular prisms. They're using triangular trusses, and they're using big, gigantic pieces of plywood, these rectangles, and they're making a whole new roof. So there's lots of ways we can use this stuff in real life. Hopefully that helps you guys out. And if you still need help and assistance, guys, please come see me in tutoring. All right? Tutoring is tomorrow morning. Let's see.